Hi, I'm Brent Whistler, the founder of the BuildRunKit, and it's your first day onboarding to the BuildRunKit. So let's do the three things that I promised you in my email. And the first one is that we're going to invite somebody to our workspace. So once you're logged in, you're on the dashboard. Your dashboard might look a little bit different than this. By the time you see this, you just drop down your name up here in the right-hand corner and you go to team and workspace, and then here's your team and workspace. And these are the members that can actually see your journeys and your CRM contacts, your invoices, everything in your workspace. Right now we're in the training and demo workspace. If I had another company, it would be in a separate workspace, and I could or could not invite those same people to that workspace. So let's go ahead and click on add a member. As you can see, you can just specify whether it's a member or it's an admin, and you put the email address in, and that's it. You send an invitation and you're done. If you've exceeded your limits for having members in your workspace, then all you have to do is send them go through the sign up process to add on a member. It costs $3 a month. And so that's thing one. Then the second thing was to import contacts into your CRM. So over here on the dashboard, or here on the left-hand side, or over here in the middle, in the case of my dashboard, you're going to have the ability to click on and open Goldilocks CRM. And that is where your contacts are kept. CRM, for anybody who's new to the term, is customer relationship management. So this is sort of where I manage that relationship. Just to give you a quick view, I can see, what deals I have going on with my customers and what our recent conversations were. But that's not what we're here about. We're about keep learning things quickly. So the first thing I'm probably going to want to do when I'm in my CRM is import data. So I'm going to go over here to settings, and I'm going to click import and export. And so importing data can be a multi-step process because you're going to want to bring in your contacts, and then you may or may not want to take those ideas and IDs that it generates and put those on your deals so that your deals will be related with the right contacts. We're not going to do that all right now. We're just going to download the templates. Okay, so your download of the templates just gave you some empty files and one for each kind of data that we could import. But I've already pulled out the one that I need, and it looks like this. Just a few fields to fill out, and I actually already put some test data in here. And so you'll notice I left some fields blank. You don't know what your contact ID is because you've never been in the system before. So if you were updating existing contacts, you would have that. But if you're just importing new ones like I am, I don't even need that. All I need is first name, last name, and email address. Everything else is kind of optional. And of course, you don't have to fill out the create or updated dates. Those will take care of themselves. And then so back over to our settings. So I would just upload that file that I've created. And that's it. That's all there is to importing. That's all there is to it for importing tasks. And so the third thing I said I'd show you is how to create a task board. So task boards are collaborative tasks that you can work on with your colleagues. And so here in our demo, we have several task boards. So each one is a list or it's a set of task lists which we can set up any way we want and drag tasks from one to the other, move tasks to other boards. And so I'm just going to show you how to set up one real quick. And so we just click on new, and we'll just call it Dev Sprint since I'm a software guy. And then here it is. So we can open it. I can add my first list. It's going to be incoming, or let's call it backlog, with our things that, we just haven't kind of assigned or categorized yet. And then maybe I'll add another one that's phase one. And then I'll add another one that says front end tasks. I didn't think this out, so I might want to add one that's just archive so we don't lose history where we want to add our task to when we're done. And then to add tasks, because you might be coming from a list like a spreadsheet or um, another system, I recommend bulk options. You can just put in your task like this, task colon description, and then save those and it'll all get imported at once. And then I can open them up and assign them to somebody. I can put a color on them and then more info in a description or whatever. Tasks also have comments and attachments, but this isn't about a deep dive for tasks. So I will just call out this really cool feature, which is the template. Um, let's say this is a feature request, then I can pre-populate some info I needed to collect for that type of task. Click on save and then close this out. Now, if I'm ready to get rid of this task, then I can, of course, just check it off. But if I really want it out of my view, I could just add it over here, move it over here to the list. If I'm working on my archive and I need it closer to me, I'll just move it over. So that's it. That's all it takes to create a collaborative task board so that you can work on tasks with your team members. And I think that concludes the things that I promised you for this first onboarding video. So please try these things yourself. And of course, reach out if you have any questions.